everyone. Welcome to the show. You're watching Talking with Spirit with Rachel Corpus. That's me. I am an angel communicator and psychic medium, and this show is all about creating space for us to learn about spirituality, to sit in a place of wonder, to do some exploring, and I'm so glad that you're here. There are no coincidences, people. So you're here watching with me, and that means great things are in store. So thank you for tuning in. I have the most special guest with me, and I know that seems like a reasonable thing to say because people say I have a special guest, but she's so special. She's so special to me. This guest has been in my life for, boy, I want to say my first reading with you might have been in 2006.
I think so.
It was that long ago.
Yes.
And since that time, you have been a friend to me, sometimes a mentor, my support, my friend. This is Paige Powers, and she is one of the most amazing humans that is decided to be here on this earth.
Oh, thank you.
It's amazing. Just because she shows up and she lets people be themselves and she helps people in such profound ways. I wish that every person who wonders, is it true that people can be a psychic medium? I wish they had 5 minutes with Paige because it would just let them feel or help them know that, yes, this is a thing and this person is legit. I could talk all day about how much I love Paige. I want you to meet her. This is Paige M. Powers, and welcome.
Oh, Rachel, thank you. And you as well are just so special to me.
Thank you.
It's like you are that big hug, you know?
Oh, thank you.
And that means so much. And it has been so fun and such an honor to walk with you for so long now. And more to come.
Yeah, and more to come, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I'm just so glad that you're here tonight. I would like our viewers to get to know you a little bit, so I have some questions.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready. Go for it.
Paige, can you tell our viewers a little bit about your abilities?
Well, I am a medium. I am a professional intuitive medium, and I create modalities. I create space and hold space for love, for the dialogue to continue with our beloveds that have passed. Mm-hmm. And sometimes those that are still here even. Yes. Sometimes people can't say what they need to say face to face.
I remember my first reading with you. You blew my mind because I didn't realize yet that the living had a way to communicate with you.
Yes, at the soul level, they come in.
Yeah.
And because at the soul level, everything about what they are in our life is recognized. Mm-hmm. It's recognizable and it's speakable and it's embraceable, and we can integrate them. And the other is babies that have yet to speak.
Yes, I love that.
Absolutely. And the elderly or those that can no longer speak.
So you become their voice for them because they will speak through you.
Correct.
And that's your work. You are not sharing your thoughts or ideas with people.
No.
You become the voice for those who
Absolutely.
don't have one, right?
Absolutely. And for the client as well. You know, we are the voice, I am the voice as you are for spirit that comes through, so the dialogue can continue.
Yeah.
I mean, the conversation isn't done.
The relationship
Oh,
is not done.
No, it has shifted and transformed, and it continues, and it's so alive. It's just so alive. It's just amazing. And also for the person, for our clients, I mean, we are the conduit for them to their beloved as well. And so what a beautiful, beautiful, it's like the heart. It's like the heart is the angel wings.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, and we get to witness it. How powerful.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
yes.
There's such grace and love and mercy and the ability to be able to, or even the honor to be able to sit with somebody as they communicate as they work through something. Sometimes it's traumatic,
Yes.
incredibly traumatic.
A lot of what we do centers around trauma.
Yes, yes,
And we get to broaden that perspective so that we can help people honor their trauma, but see it from different perspectives. And that's good work, isn't it?
it is. It is. When somebody comes and they have a fear and they've disempowered themselves through that fear, I feel like I have a moral obligation to stand and support that person in finding a curiosity in that fear and getting curious about, wow, look at that over there. That looks really scary. How can I actually talk to the fear? And so not only spirit and our beloveds can we talk to, but we can talk to emotions. We can talk to an event.
Yeah.
I mean, all of it is frequency, and it's quantum physics and beyond. It is a science, and I love the science of it.
I do too.
Because that's when the validation comes in as well, oftentimes.
Yes.
And being able to talk to an event or a location. You know, sometimes people will have me, as well as you, I know, come and clear a space. And when we do that, it's everybody that has ever been in that space shows up and has something to say, usually. So
Yeah. Well, and sometimes when we go to a building or a house to clear something, it's been named negative, so everybody there just believes it's negative. But often, for me, all the time, there's something behind that. There's hurt, there's confusion, there's misunderstanding. And sometimes whatever has been kind of lurking about is wearing some sort of costume. They appear dark, or they appear scary, or sometimes they're just different. And we're kind of conditioned to see different as wrong.
yes,
I love doing that work because we're broadening people's perspective.
yes. And our own.
And our own.
capacity
Oh, yeah.
just expands with each and every session.
Yes.
And, you know, and when we do that with a location, when we go on location, so to speak, the powerful part is, you know, if there's an experience there, it's like everybody shows up. It's the experience that we're working with, though, really. And to be able to look at the experience and say, you know, this is what it is. Here are the facts.
Yeah.
And staying in the facts and allowing the emotions to be reintroduced to the fact.
Yes.
And then they can hold
the whole picture.
Yes, and then they can hold each other's hand.
Yes.
And say, how do we move forward now?
Right. I love that. How long have you been doing this? Or no, I don't want to ask that question. I want to know, how long have you known you could do this?
Well, my first recollection is when I was 3. My aunt and uncle owned a funeral home, and I would
Listen, people, I love this story. I love this.
and I would talk to the people that were in the caskets in the parlor, and my cousins would be off playing and stuff. And no, I'm gonna go talk to the people. And the men typically had on like a dark suit, the white shirt, and this little tiny red tie, you know, and they would sit up and they would talk and they would have a conversation. And, you know, I oftentimes felt like they were my best friends.
I remember that feeling too. These are my friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And then the trees, you know, between being in the parlor with the people that had passed and then being able to be outside with the trees too.
Kind of bend toward you, don't they? And
They do. They
recognize
bow.
you. Yes,
They say
do.
thank you.
I feel that too when we walk outside. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
You probably would have grown into these gifts at some point, but isn't it amazing that that's part of your origin story, to be in a place that, a building that housed celebration of life, that held space?
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
truly amazing.
And it's interesting, Rachel, because I was adopted. So I was adopted into a family that had that opportunity for me.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Who are your helpers? Who comes through to give you protection and help?
So I think I have a little different view on protection. I don't feel like I
That you
need to
need
ask
it.
for it.
Yeah.
Right. And my helpers, I have a team. So to speak, and it can shift around and it can change, and
Yeah.
it's just, it depends. I have lost 2 children, so they are always on my team, and they're always right here. And you know, I have lost my parents, so they're here. And then there's this other realm. It's angelic, and then there's another realm as well. It's not just that.
Right.
So-
I've been experiencing that more as well with this kind of big shift that's been happening at the same time as the pandemic. There are more helpers here than ever before. And I'm excited to see someday as spirit looking at my grandchildren's grandchildren and seeing what existence is like when there's more helpers around.
Yes.
And that's not strange or weird anymore.
No.
That'll be
Right.
cool.
Absolutely.
When did it become clear to you that you're going to be utilizing your abilities to help others?
About the year 2000, kind of
Okay.
the shift of the millennium.
Ah.
And like I had said a minute ago, that I had lost 2 children. So through that process, by then it had been 7 years, and it was kind of, 7's a big number in my life. And so it just seemed like, oh, I can talk to, and bringing it back fully online with who I am and how I live my life. And so that's when I started, and I am just over 99,000 people right now.
Did you hear that? 99,000 people she's helped over the course of 41, is it 41 years now?
No, well, since 2000,
Oh, okay.
professionally.
Because I don't want to pull the psychic card, but there's somebody telling me that there's something about the number 40. And that's been in my head for you all day. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll have to sit with that.
Okay. Well, in 2000, I was 40.
Maybe that's probably what it was. They're probably
Yeah.
saying since she was 40.
Yes. Yeah. So
My
I
angel
just
on my
dated-
right said, you should listen better. Boy, they're right.
you know, they're funny, aren't they?
They're
like,
so funny.
"Hello, pay attention."
People don't realize how funny a spirit can be.
Oh, they're a hoot.
They're a hoot.
They are so fun. They really are.
And I really appreciate making dumb jokes in my head and then hearing my angels laugh with me. I appreciate that.
Yes.
I would love to answer some questions, to go
Okay.
to some callers, and then at the end of the show, I really want people to know about some of the amazing projects that you're doing and
Okay.
how to get a hold of you. So let's go ahead. We're going to go to some Zoom calls. If you're wanting to have a reading with Paige, I love you people and I can't wait to read for you, but tonight I want you to ask questions of Paige because this is an opportunity of a lifetime for you to be able to talk to her. So if you want a reading, send a direct message to DSM TV Live and they'll help you get online. All right, so we're going to headphone up here.
Okay. Is there
Okay,
so-
these headphones always make me crazy. There we go.
is there right or left?
Whatever feels right to you is the right way. This is actually sorry, Allison. Allison was trying to get on last week, but we ran out of time, and so I don't exactly remember the circumstances, but it has something to do with her dad. And so, can we hear Allison? Can we hear you?
Yes, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, hi,
Yes.
Allison. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Allison.
What would you like to ask Paige tonight?
I just wanted some validation to know that my dad is around and knows what's going on here on Earth.
Okay. He.
Can you hear okay or not?
Yes, I can
You
hear.
can hear okay?
I can hear them.
You
yes.
can hear them okay.
Yep. Okay. Okay. He is sitting like right on your right shoulder, just right behind you right now. And he says, "Let me touch your shoulder." So if you just get quiet for you feel him, don't you?
I just saw that rush of love go through you.
Oh, that's a little loud.
Oh, it's
Turn
too
it down
loud?
just
Yeah,
a little bit.
just
yeah.
a tad. Thank you. And he says that he's he's with your mom a lot, and she talks to him all the time. And
Oh,
hi, Mom. Okay, and and he also comes through and speaks through a child oftentimes. Is there a teenager in the house?
yes.
Okay, because he talks through the teenager. And you'll just look every once in a while like, hey, where'd you come up with that? And it's your dad speaking through your child. Also, okay, he likes to go for rides. He says, take me for a ride, but roll the window down. I want to go for a ride, but roll the window down. And,
Could be.
pardon? Okay. And he's writing something. He's sitting and he's writing something, and he's saying, I've got cards. I've got cards. And it feels like they're like greeting cards. They're not like playing cards. So, also, okay, he's also singing. And he says, play the music. Don't forget to play the music. I love the music. And, okay,
Yep.
there's also a dog that sits with him. And he says, I'm putting my shoes on. I'm going out for a walk. And he says, look, I can put my shoes on now. And, okay, he wants to walk with you. He says, let's go for a walk. Let's get some exercise. Let's get moving here. I need you to move. Let's go. And he says, I understand that you're incredibly sad. And he says, I'm okay. He says, I'm better than okay. I'm doing great here. And, okay. He will continue to touch your shoulder, and he'll also hold your hand if you ask him to. And he's got like blue all around him. There's like this color blue. And it's kind of swirling. It's almost like he's in the clouds, but they're beautiful, beautiful blue. Mm-hmm. And, okay. And he says, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting him go. And thank you for talking to him. He says, you talk to him a lot. And he's funny. He responds, and he responds like, he's in your kitchen, but he's also in like an easy chair with you. There's some kind of a chair he likes
like a
to
lazy
sit in.
boy.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. And there's a specific TV show that he watches, and he watches it with you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And did somebody get a tattoo in his honor?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. He says, nice one.
Can we see it? I see it on him too, like he got it to match.
Yes.
Yes, right on the arm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. My mom and my sister, we all have matching ones too of other tattoos.
He does.
Okay.
Too.
Yep.
Thank you so much for sharing your dad tonight.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. I love it when we can connect people to their parents.
Yes.
Yeah. And help them realize that our parents are always our parents.
Yes.
And sometimes even if the relationship was not so great, there's such a beautiful evolution that happens when one crosses over. So we get to talk to the evolved version of the parent.
Yes. Absolutely.
When there's been some hurt there.
Yes.
All right, who's next, dear Jerry?
All right, so next we've got Amanda. Amanda, I don't even know what Amanda is going to ask. Hey Amanda, what's up? Would you do me a favor and can you turn your camera like landscape, or is that not possible?
There you are.
There you go.
Oh, aren't you beautiful? Hi, Amanda. Welcome to
Amanda.
the show. What would you like to
Hi.
ask Paige tonight?
Well, this was kind of last minute for me, so I've actually been pondering on a few individuals, but really the one that's on my heart are a couple of miscarriages that I've had. And if that is ever something that they were so early on that I didn't know if they even exist
Oh, yeah.
in another world.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. They do. And they exist in your world.
1 second, I'm having a really hard time hearing you guys.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. That should be better.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I get that there's 3 children on the other side for you.
How many?
3.
Oh, okay.
And 2 girls and a boy. And it's like the girl was first, and then the boy, and then the girl. And it's like, and they said, we were never alone, not even for a second. And it feels as though each of them had like a congenital something that wasn't quite right. And it would have been, okay, something with their kidneys. So, and the toxins, and our kidneys are the first thing to be formed at conception. And our left kidney brings in our, like our DNA and our genealogy, our lineage. Our right kidney is how we present ourselves and how we present that. And so bringing in the full lineage sometimes can be a little much. And I'm getting that they just were not able to bring it all in and not have toxins with it. And so, okay. And they said they were here and they left quick. All 3 of them. In fact, one of them, it's like you may not even know.
It's like 2 weeks, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And so with 3 is a beautiful number. It's a special number, and it's yours. And okay. They're also saying that they're not going to be denied their existence here. So you have kept them alive too. You have kept who they were because you felt them. So you connected to them, all 3 of them. And on some level, even the one that came in really quick and left really quick, there was a connection with that one as well. And it feels as though all 3 are saying, yep, and we're still connected. You know that. We're still connected. One likes tulips. One likes a cat.
I have 2.
Okay, one plays with the cat. Do you have one that just goes bang, bang, bang? Okay, so that's the second child that is doing that with the cat. And the third one says, yeah, I like the bathtub. I love to soak. Let me soak with you, Mom.
Oh.
And there's a grandfather that's with them. And it could be a great,
Okay.
it could be a great grandfather.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, grandfather would make sense for one of them.
Okay. And so Grandpa stands with them and absolutely fishes and has fun and they're outside. However, it's like, I still want to soak.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of water with that one specifically. So, and Grandpa's okay too, by the way. He's like, I just need to tell you that. So.
And I think Grandpa is raising them. I
Yes.
still see these children growing up. You're still the mama, honey. You're still the
Yes.
mama, and they honor you on Mother's Day, on your birthday, and even just in the small moments. And
Yes.
please know that your family on the other side takes great joy in raising them for you.
With you.
With
too.
you. That's well put.
Absolutely.
With you.
Absolutely with you.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You take care. I have gotten a lot of messages over the years from angels saying that we choose our mothers.
Yes.
And so even when it's a case of miscarriage or abortion, a lot of times those souls know that going in.
Yes.
But they are saying, I want to be with my mama to help her grow, and I want to be attached to this family.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
so beautiful.
It is.
We go on.
Yes.
Even
Absolutely.
if the physical life is 2 weeks or 6 weeks, we go on.
We do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they do.
Jerry, who do we have next?
Okay, so next up we have Ann Finch. Ann says that her mother passed just about the same time as the shutdown. And so she had some questions about her mom.
Hi, Anne.
Can we hear you, Ann? Can you do some talking?
Hi,
for us?
Rachel.
Hey,
Nice
yeah.
to see you.
I'm talking. Yeah.
We can hear you well.
Yes.
Hello, hello.
How can my beautiful friend Paige help you
I am
today?
Hi, Ann.
well, my mother passed away right as the pandemic came crashing down on us. And I'm just curious if she's fine. And the day before she passed away, she was asking for my dad, which was just the most amusing thing because he's been gone for 25 years. So I'm assuming he was coming
He
for
was
her.
in the room.
But I'm curious if they were and the things were.
They are together. He says, I had her suitcase.
Oh,
And I packed for her, and I was ready to take her on her trip. And I was ready to bring her home. And home is also in your heart. And so she stays there as well. And she's like, oh, look at my wings. I got my wings. I'm so excited. Oh, my goodness. And I also get that there's perhaps a sister that is coming forward that's with her as well. And she says, I am not cold. Please know I'm not cold. I'm not cold. And I'm well taken care of. And she's like, oh, it's so beautiful here. And her and your dad are like,
Good.
they're both packed and they're like going on this road trip. And she says it was a road trip that they didn't get to take here. So he had her suitcase and he says, let's go. So,
Good.
and they're
Good.
Yep, and they're dancing. And Mom is saying, take care of yourself too. Take care of yourself. And it feels like because everything happened at the same time, she says, please don't diminish your grief and please be with it and allow yourself to feel that because it's very important. It's important for your well-being to allow yourself to feel that. It's hard to lose our moms. It really is. So they're like our best friends sometimes, you know. And she says she's particular. She says I'm pretty particular. So,
that's beautiful.
She is.
yep, absolutely.
Well, thank you, Anne, for calling in.
Yes,
And
thank you.
Lovely to see your face. I know Anne, so
Okay, awesome.
yeah, it's nice to see you. I haven't seen you
Thank
in a
you.
while. Yeah, you take care.
Take care.
It has been.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Love
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Love you too.
I love the idea that the dad packed the suitcase because that's a special marriage for somebody to say, I packed your outfits for you and all, because we're so particular when we pack, right?
Yes, and she's particular.
Yes.
She was like, I'm very particular. Daddy packed my suitcase.
Also, it kind of blows my mind to think about material things because, you know, the song, you can't take it with you, or the saying, you can't take it with you. But you can. If that's part of your afterlife heaven experience,
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's his way of extending care to his bride, saying, let's go on this honeymoon or second honeymoon or
Yes.
trip they couldn't take.
Absolutely.
I just love that
Yes.
so much. Oh, I'm so glad you got to help her.
Yes. And what if the suitcase also had hopes and
Yes.
all of their experiences in it?
Yes.
And all of their joys and sorrows. And
Yes.
he was the caretaker until she was ready to meet him.
And then he opens up that suitcase
Yes.
and he says, beloved, my darling, here are some things to look at.
Yes.
And here comes all of
Yes.
that. Yeah.
And here is your wedding dress in our beginning.
Yes. And here are pictures of things you thought I missed because I wasn't here, but
Yes.
look, I've got pictures of them. I was there. I
Yes.
like to see that from Spirit. They'll show pictures of things that happened after they passed to say, look, here's the proof. I've got the program for that choral concert.
Yes.
I love
absolutely.
that. All right, who's
Absolutely.
next, Jerry?
Okay, so next up we have Becca Sue, and Becca has maybe a more direct question. Becca is saying, I would like a reading with Rachel or Paige. I filed for disability. All the paperwork is in, and I'm just wondering if I will be getting it. So that kind of seems like something that, is maybe a little bit more,
Feel comfortable
more
with that?
direct, I guess.
Okay. That's great. We can do that work. Absolutely.
Yes.
Rebecca, I'm going to pass you over to Paige to answer this question, okay? Welcome to the show, by the way. And Jerry already told us your question.
Yes. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
You might have to turn your audio on, Rebecca. It would be probably in the bottom left-hand corner, maybe.
You see a little microphone with a red line through it, perhaps?
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Maybe wave if you can hear us. Can you hear us?
Can you hear-
Can you wave at us?
Okay, well, let's go on to another caller and
Yeah. I'll put you back in the waiting room until you can get that
yeah.
get
Yeah.
that audio turned back on. And let's go to Jolene Peters.
Hi, Jolene.
Hi, Jolene.
Hi.
Hey. There we go.
Hi, Jolene. You're on Talking with Spirit with Rachel Corpus. Can you hear us? Oh, I think that's an I can't hear you face.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
It should be in the bottom left-hand corner. Maybe is there a microphone symbol with a red line through it? Can you push that?
Oh,
Can you hear us?
Let's see.
Okay.
you can hear us?
It
Hear
looks
us.
like it's connecting to audio, maybe. I think she just said the SH word.
Let me. How about?
I think we should have a little like music, a little soft shoe.
Yes.
No kidding. Okay. Let's do. Jolene, look for the way to join with computer audio is what it would say.
Okay.
And then maybe we could go to Teresa.
Okay.
That sounds
Oh,
great.
Wait, where'd she go? Oh, she left altogether. Shoot. Okay. Let's bring on Teresa. Let's see if this one works.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for being on the receiving end of all that, Jerry. That's not an easy job.
You got it. Aha! Okay.
Well, hello, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa.
I know Teresa.
Do you? Yay!
I do. Hi, Teresa.
Hey, all right.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes. Teresa, what question do you have for our dear Paige?
When are you coming back to Florida?
I
We
knew that
miss
was
you.
coming. I knew that was coming, right? Don't you miss her all the time? I miss her all the time.
All the time.
Yes. She's just that person.
Oh my gosh. Like She's like a little touchstone here in Florida.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I'll be back in October for sure.
If you ask Paige where she lives, it's the whole world.
It is.
It's wherever spirit guides her.
Yes.
So how can Paige help you tonight, my love?
Oh, Paige, I just wanted to stop on and just say hello to you.
Awesome. Thank you.
And say hello to Rachel, because Rachel,
Hi.
I saw you on a Zoom that Paige did with the girl from the marathon.
Yes.
Yes.
And I had told Paige that I just loved your story. I just loved how open you were. And I just wanted to take a second and tell you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you
That's
so much.
so nice.
Oh my gosh.
You just filled my bucket.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Jill is like in the pool, by the way.
Jill's in the pool?
Yeah, she's like, oh, it's so hot. I'm gonna go lounge in the pool.
Fish.
Yes.
She was a fish.
Yes, absolutely. And she's like, I like the lounge chair, but I want to be in the water.
That's great. Well, thank you for calling and making our day.
Yes, yes.
You're very welcome. Thank you, girls, for doing what you do.
Oh, thank you.
It's our honor.
Thank you. I'll see you
All right.
soon.
Bye, honey.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
And Jerry, if you want to, if we need to, we can go to Facebook questions if you'd like.
Oh, sure.
Before we do that, Paige, we can go off headphones now.
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
Yes.
I don't love wearing headphones. I mean, I'll do it.
Yes.
I'll do it.
I will too.
So the next thing we're going to do, first of all, if you were on the Zoom call and we had some technical difficulties, you're going to see in a little bit how to get a hold of Paige. So you'll still have a chance to ask her a question. So, or if you want to wait a week, you can call back into the show, and there's usually just kind of a technical fix there that maybe you could do a little Google search on how to use Zoom and help that. And also, if you're really wanting to come on and you don't know how to use Zoom, you might send me an email and just say, hey, Rachel, could you do a practice call with me? As long as I don't have 50 people asking, I'm very happy to help with that. Happy to help with that. Okay. So, Paige, you do magnificent things that are unique. Can you tell us about the Matrix of the Soul?
Oh, I would love to. Matrix of the Soul was channeled to me starting in 2004, between 2004 and 2012. They kind of got me used to working with etheric DNA. And etheric DNA is our original blueprint before we're actually born.
Before this lifetime or before at our time of creation?
Both.
Wow.
It can be both. And we can go 1,000 years back, and I can also go 1,000 years forward with this specific work. And
Wow.
going to the you in 500 years and finding out how this issue or trauma was handled and what was the outcome. And then if you would choose to change the outcome, you can.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's using past life data and future data, but it's from the soul. It's from
It
soul
is.
DNA.
It is. And it's actually, it's kind of two different, but both the same.
Okay.
Because the etheric DNA, the matrix of the soul, and I also have cards that match it. They show me when I'm working with someone, the etheric DNA coming in to the person, and integrating with their physical DNA.
Wow.
And sometimes when there's a trauma, sometimes I see this beautiful bow, and it's like, oh, look, there's a trauma there. Okay, so taking that person to just before the trauma, and then bringing the DNA to the current moment. It doesn't bypass the trauma. It doesn't make it so it goes away. Mm-hmm. However, the person, as they were before the trauma, is now forward, and that's who is looking at the trauma.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
And so it sounds like that's a tool for people who have maybe been through some heavy stuff to feel like they're regaining back control.
Yes, yes. The loss of a child, the loss of a beloved pet, the loss of a job. Sometimes our careers, I live my career, and so the loss of that would be something that would help. Also, wellness, it helps with dis-ease. I've worked with people with diabetes, I've worked with people with kidney failure, and with cancer as well. And we have worked with their original blueprint and DNA as it came in and connected in with the physical DNA and RNA, and then how it integrated into the systems, the lymphatic system,
Yes.
the muscular, and the cerebral neuroplasticity, and how that integrates some of that. So there is some science along with it, and it's like, I don't know these things.
That's right. You're just saying, you're channeling. So you're given this information because
Yes.
whoever is giving that to you trusts you
Yes.
to do something with it.
Exactly.
I love that this work creates a synchronicity between the physical body and the spiritual body. Using
Absolutely.
both and honoring both equally,
Yes.
I think is just magnificent. Now, will the Matrix of the Soul be offered as a set of cards that people can use?
There is a set of cards, absolutely. And there's also sessions. I can do a session with somebody specifically with Matrix of the Soul.
Now, I've seen you do that because I feel like you worked on one of my children.
I did.
Yes.
Yes.
And that was really profound because I got to sit on the couch and see you work, which was amazing anyway. And it was very beautiful. As you saw where to work, it was interesting to see what your body did and how your hands moved. It was very beautiful. And it was really interesting as a mama to be able to talk to my son and realize, wow, he's got more to say than he did 15 minutes ago, because that data has been brought from a deep, deep level up to where he can talk about it. And at the simplest terms, he felt great after it.
Yes.
He felt so good.
Good.
Yeah,
Yes.
I loved watching that, and I just want to share that if you're listening to this and you think, boy, I don't know about that, as a mama, I've seen it, and it's really, really beautiful work.
It
Life-changing, actually.
It is. And I worked with a 6-week-old child as well who came in with breathing issues and not being able to breathe, and working with the etheric DNA and bringing in, actually this was one where a past life did come in, and being able to go back to the past life where there was a crushing passing, and bringing that forward and bringing the DNA and finding the knot, because his was a knot, not a bow, but it was a knot, and finding that and then bringing it forward. And he's 13 or 14 now, and he's never had a breathing problem since. So,
Fantastic.
yes. And so, and Rachel, I also want to address that there is never anything that I do without permission. It is so important, and I know you are the same. There is nothing that we do without permission. And so, when we're working with children or with the elderly who can't come forward and speak, I go to the soul and say, is it okay? Is it okay? One of the 7 light bodies will come forward and say, yes. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you is what I hear. Yes, and thank you.
Yes.
Just like that. Yes, and
It's
thank
just-
you.
Yes, and I'm so humbled to have that permission. There's a gentleness always that I feel when I'm working with Matrix of the Soul, because it is pure love coming in, and that person's unique and individual and beautiful expression of the God within us, or higher spirit or source.
Yeah.
And so it's so beautiful to dance with it, and to, be able to have the person saying, yes, I feel that. And they actually do feel it. And it's never painful.
That's right.
It's never
Gentle.
painful.
It feels
Yes.
good, actually.
Yes.
That's what my son said. I heard you mention sessions. So
Yes.
tell me more about that, how you meet with people and
Okay.
help them.
I have offices kind of everywhere in the world.
You sure do.
If there's 6 or 7 people, I will go to them. I do have offices in Florida, the beach. And it's pretty profound to be on the beach and do sessions. And I always find a pavilion where we can sit. Also, I have 2 offices in Wisconsin, and I do come to Iowa usually 2 times, 3 times a year. Colorado, Europe, and I do also retreats.
Yeah, beautiful. I've been on one of your retreats as well. It was such a beautiful experience. So if you can find a way to go on one of the retreats with Paige, you're going to have a few days with her to do some really enlightening, powerful, life-changing work. And again, nothing scary about that. It's so gentle and fun. It's really fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you would like to get a hold of Paige and book a session, your website is?
PaigeMPowers.com.
Okay, great. And I think we've got a visual that's coming up here soon. There we go.
Okay. And I also do Zoom.
There it is. Good.
And phone sessions. So
it doesn't have to be in person.
nope.
Zoom and phone, which really does work. People ask, how does that work? Can you do a reading over the phone and Zoom? Absolutely, because
Yes.
it's the same energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really
absolutely.
lovely.
Yes, it
Good.
really is.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we have a little bit of time left, so what I love to do at this time is just take a little visit to our people who have been on our Facebook page and do some readings. Are you up for that?
I sure am.
Great.
Thank you.
All right, Jerry, we're ready.
Okay, so Becca, who was trying to actually zoom in before,
Okay.
She just kind of had a simple question. She is looking to get on disability, has submitted all of her paperwork, and is really curious if that will be successful. Is there any way to shed some light on that?
Yes, absolutely. Rebecca, I believe, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Rebecca, what I'm getting is that there will be, there's one other form that has to get figured out or filled out. And it may take just a tad bit longer, and they're so backlogged themselves. And so I get to call on your dad to help them push it through and bring it up to the top of the pile, and also a grandmother.
Okay.
And grandma is saying, I'll help as much as I can.
She's very practical, isn't she?
She is. She's just like, and you know, instead of doing this and just doing, she's bringing it up to the top. So they're helping. And once it gets to the top, though, there is this other paper that will have to be filled out. And then they will also help after that's done. Please be timely in responding.
I agree with that. I'm hearing that your part in this is to stay up to date. So you're following up, you're making sure that you know the process so there are no surprises. This is a chance in your life to be very proactive and to really work on their team, the people who are going to be granting this disability. Consider yourself part of that team and ask questions. What do you need from me? Will be really good. Also, I would like to add that your angels on either side of you, which are not your family, they are beautiful, loving entities that are an extension of your Creator that walk with us all the time. They are saying that in this time where you're working on this disability, to also bring them in and ask for help.
Yes.
They're ready to surround this process, whether that it's a paper or somebody's pen or their keyboard, with white light, which is going to help this move faster. So bring your angels into this if you can think of that. And of course, blessings and good luck.
Yes.
Yeah. Who else is on there?
Okay, so we have like 7 or 8 people that are really wanting to get in. So I've just asked a few of them, like, hey, can we get you on next week? But maybe shoot me like a quick message,
question.
a quick question,
Yes,
like
sure.
some, fire Q&A.
All right.
So
Okay.
I'll take one from Jill. Jill E. She says, our 3.5-year-old son keeps talking about different lives he had before he was himself. Can you speak to that at all?
Absolutely. The littles that are coming in now are so open, and they're bringing all of the wisdom that they have had, and all of the resolution, the resiliency, they're bringing that in. And he may speak of, I believe it's a boy, correct?
Yes.
Okay. He may speak of a lifetime where he wasn't very old when he passed. And I'm getting that that's a lifetime that he will really process through here, probably in the next 6 to 8 months. And one of the biggest things is to allow him to express. And his angels and his guidance and his ambassadors. I get ambassadors with him.
That feels like a reflection of past life, that he's
Yes.
got people coming to him with the title of ambassadors. This is
Yes.
a child who's done some really big things.
Yes.
Our children, our young children, really have 1 foot in the heavenly dimension and 1 foot here. They have more experience in the heavenly dimension than they do here.
Yes.
And your son might be one of those people like us who don't grow out of that
That's right.
specific intuitive gift. So I
Yes.
like what Paige is saying about always validating and saying, really, can you tell me more?
Yes.
And
And maybe even journal about it. So he has the ability to go back and look at that too. And
Yeah.
if he has questions later, because there might be a little amnesia that comes, you have the answers for him. If something comes up later in life as something that he needs to work through, perhaps what he knows now will help him.
yes. I hear just really quick before we let you go that there's something that happened in a past life to the back of him. So he may need extra pillows behind him. He may always need his bed by a wall. When he watches TV, the couch might need to be up against a wall. And you might even have to say to him as you walk up, hey, buddy, before you touch his back or before you give him a hug. And I don't know how long that'll be, but I do see it being an issue right now. So,
Right side.
yeah. Hope that helps. Thanks for the question.
Thank you.
Okay, so Jolene P., she says, I have lots of family negativity and turmoil going on right now, and I find myself getting depressed. How can I help prevent that or protect from that negativity? Or do we bring her on next week?
Nope, that's okay. Quickly, Jolene, thank you for your question. One of the biggest things that you can do for protection, if you feel that that's something that you need, is to call on your angels, call on your knowing. Again, it's like go to facts here, and the emotional part can be absolutely embraced and loved. Try not to, though, try not to jump into the chaos. Become an observer and see what feels right for you. That will also help you stabilize, potentially stabilize in your mood and your diet right now.
Yeah, I feel gut health
Yes.
is
yes,
off,
Yes.
which puts us all wonky. So
Yes.
fermented foods, probiotics that come from food might be good as well.
Yes. Absolutely.
You're certainly feeling other people's feelings like they're your own. So how can you help as an observer and not as a participant might be a good way to think about that as well.
Yes. And setting clear boundaries for yourself. So.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you,
Thank you, Jolene.
We probably have time for one more.
I will tell you that Jill responded and she says, first of all, thank you so much. And yes, their 3.5-year-old son, he always has to have one of our arms behind him
Yeah.
to get to sleep. Arm always behind his back, always.
Yes.
Oh, bless his heart. I hope that's not too hard on you as parents.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. So, and especially like we got a bunch of sort of latecomers. So anyone that was trying to get on, shoot us another message. We'll get you on next week for sure. This is from Andrea A. Andrea said her dad passed away a week ago today. Is there anything he wants to say to me? And she says, thank you so much.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes.
It's pretty close to his passing.
And he's like, I have arrived.
Yes, I'm okay. I made it.
Yes, absolutely.
Big smile that
Yes.
just seems to fill up his whole face.
And he's not alone. That's the other thing. Also, he says that he's with you in the early morning. He comes and sits with you. You may even feel him like on the end of your bed sit.
Almost like he's touching the bottom of her feet. I feel something. It's not really a tickle. It's just a something hard to articulate.
It's almost soul to soul.
Oh, yeah, that's a beautiful way to put it. Soul to soul.
Yes. And, okay. Thank you so much for all of the plans that you have made. And he will help articulate that. And he says, you're doing good. And the decisions you've made, he's honoring them huge. It's almost like there's a reverence that he has for you. So
It's almost a little bit of, not surprise, but he knew what a strong person you were, but watching you step in and take care of some of these logistics and holding space for the people that loved him, he has grown in knowledge and appreciation of you, and he wants you to know that he sees you, yes, as a daughter that he loves, and so much more. Thank you for giving him that opportunity to see you that way, and that will continue, absolutely.
yes. And he also will help.
Oh, yeah.
With some changes that are coming up. And
Yep.
he says, I will be with you always. And he like flies next to you. Huh. I get like there's he's flying on your right. So.
How beautiful.
Yes.
Why not? How many people dream of, when I'm not in this body, I want to know what it's like to feel like I'm flying.
And he loves
That's on
it.
my list.
Yes, he absolutely loves it.
Oh, that's magnificent. Well, thank you
Yes.
so much for your question.
Thank you.
Like Jerry said, if you were not able to have your question answered tonight, we'll be back on Monday. So this coming show is just going to be me. I shouldn't say just going to be me. I'm excited that it's me, that I get to spend a whole hour with you answering your questions. So get ready for that by setting an intention that this will be an experience that's meant for you. You can talk to your family and your angels and just get all your team ready for this experience. If you are having trouble getting on because there's other people that want to get on, you still can get an appointment. So you can reach me by going to my website, rachelcorpus.com. And also you can reach out to Paige. Paige, what's your website again?
PaigeMPowers.com.
PaigeMPowers.com.
And Paige is Page.
Yes, that's good to know.
Yes.
Page is the way she spells her
Yes.
name. That's beautiful. And I'd like to thank the awesome crew at DSM TV Live. They are so fantastic and fun to work with. Thank you for
Yes.
everything and for all of this. This is
Yes.
such a gift to be able to do this. And thank you, my dear sister, Paige. I love you so much.
Rachel, thank you. I love
And
you.
we will see you all next week.
Thank you so much.